So, good afternoon. Today, we are going to look at survey. So, what are the objectives of survey? So, by the end of this lesson, the learner should be able to, number one, to elaborate the meaning of surveying, two, to distinguish the types of surveying, three, classification of survey, the purpose of conducting this survey, the principle of the survey, and the tools that will be used to conduct the survey. So what is surveying? Surveying refers to taking a general view by observing to determine size, shape, and position of land. We can also define it as the practice of measuring angles and distances on the ground so that they can be accurately plotted on a map. So this by meaning measuring angles, we have that method of triangulation whereby we construct triangles and measurements are taken from the, the triangles that you have formed. We come to the types of surveying. So the types of surveying are classified into broader parts. Number one, it is based on the purpose. So what is the purpose of carrying out this surveying? Number one is control surveying. This is done to establish horizontal and vertical position of control points. Number two is land surveying. It is done to determine the boundaries and areas of parcels of land, and you can also refer it as the property survey, boundary survey, or cadastral surveying. So this is a survey carried out on land, which is done to show the boundaries between the different owners on the earth on a piece of land. Number three is topographic surveying. Topographic surveying, this is a survey that is carried out to plot topographical maps that shows the natural and artificial features on the earth. So like when we did this thing in social studies, we carried out the the permanent, the temporary features on the earth, like we said like a mountain, like mountains, the valleys, those are the natural features on the earth surface. We go to engineering surveying. Engineering surveying is a type of surveying that is applied in the construction industry, and it is done for planning, for designing, and for execution of the engineering projects. There are three steps. That is number one, reconnaissance surveying. Reconnaissance is done before and is done to enable the surveyor to familiarize him with the site and also collect information. Number two is preliminary surveying. Preliminary surveying, it is to collect adequate data to prepare a map or a plan so that the area can be used for planning and design. Number three is location surveying. Location surveys, they are here, here we are just supposed to set out the work, and this is whereby we execute what we had drawn now onto the ground. Go to number next, route surveying. Route survey it is to plan, design, and laying out of route. So hapa ni kufanya survey ya barabara, canals and pipelines kwenye kuko na flow of materials. Construction survey, surveys which are required for establishment of points, e.g. lines, grades, and for staking out engineering works. Astronomic surveys, this is done to determine the latitude and the longitude of a given place, and later on we plot it on the topographical maps. Mine surveying. Mine surveying is the study of the underland or the underground for the purpose of establishing locations with mineral deposits. So we go to number two. So here it is based on the place. Where are you conducting this type of surveying? Number one is land surveying. You said land surveying, it involves the surveying of land and its features, and by its name, the land, so hence it is conducted on the land. We go to number 2, hydrographic surveying. This is the survey that is carried out on water, and it is at the purpose of conducting the survey is to prepare a map or a plan for the water mass. Aerial survey. Aerial, just as the name suggests, it is done from the aircraft, whereby photographs are taken and boundaries are deduced from these photographs. It is also called the photogrammetry survey, which is done in air. We go to underground survey. Underground survey is performed beneath the surface of the earth in connection with stuff like tunneling and construction of passageways. So we go to the classification of surveying. Classification of surveying, it is divided into two broad categories. So number 1 is plain surveying. In plain surveying, it is a type of survey that deals with small pieces of land, and therefore the curved nature of the earth's surface is not considered. This is because we are only considering a small portion of land, and hereby all lines are taken as straight lines and all plane lines are taken to be parallel. Since we are using a small portion of land, the instrument that will be used to conduct this survey will be small and of high precision and of low precision. We go to number 2, geodetic surveying. Geodetic surveying, it is used for large areas, and so if it is used for large areas, the curved nature of the earth will be taken into consideration. And since you are using a large piece of land, we are going to require instruments of high precision. So what is the purpose of conducting surveying? So number 1, it is used to plot plans for the site. Number 2, calculate volume of cut and fill. So this is to enhance leveling. Number 3, calculate the area of site. Number 4, setting out. Number 5, it is used to establish control points. Control points, it involves establishing framework of a well-conditioned triangles done by a method called the triangulation or trilateration. And trilateration, it is a method of surveying whereby lengths of sides of a triangle are measured by electronic means and later on angles are computed. We go to the principles of surveying. Number 1 is to work from whole to part. So, and what does this mean? This is whereby the given area is divided into a number of parts. When you divide this area into a number of parts, they form triangles. So that is all what we meant by triangulation. A nearly equilateral triangle is considered to be the best well-conditioned triangle, and the main survey lines are measured very accurately with the standard chain. Then the sides of the triangle are measured. Number 2, the second principle of surveying is to locate a new station by at least 2 measurements, that is linear or angular, from fixed reference points. So new stations should always be fixed at least 2 measurements from fixed reference point. Linear measurements, this refers to the horizontal distances measured by chain or by tape. And the angular measurements refer to the magnetic bearings or horizontal angle taken by the prismatic compass or by the theodolite. So what are the tools and equipment used in surveying? Number 1 is a theodolite. So theodolite is a measurement instrument utilized in surveying to determine horizontal and vertical angles. Number 2 is measuring tape. This one is for measuring distances. Number 3 is a total station. A total station, it is a combination of an electronic theodolite and an EDM. It is also used for measuring of horizontal distances, horizontal and vertical angles. Number 4 is 3D scanners. 3D scanner is all about the structured lights, whereby there is laser triangulation, there is also photogrammetry. You go to the GPS or the GNSS. These are the global navigation satellite system. That's the meaning, and it is a European agency whereby it consists of constellation of the satellites, so orbiting the Earth in very specific trajectories. So hapa wametengeneza satellites whereby they can monitor each and everything that is occurring on the surface of the Earth. That marks the end of presentation, unless there is a question.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What is the meaning of agricultural survey?
Oh, agricultural surveying. Agricultural survey. This is it involves the collection of the information about the rural properties, e.g. farms. So hapa ni surveying that is conducted in the rural areas, whereby farms are taken into consideration so that it can be established what is done in the farms. Yes. Any other question?
There's another question.
Yes.
Are you getting me? Are you getting me?
Yes, I can hear you.
What about what about cadastral survey? Can you please explain?
Cadastral survey, this is it is done. It is a type of land surveying that is done to show boundaries between the different owners on the earth. So venye tumesikia, it is a land surveying kwenye itaonyesha the boundaries between one person and the next. That is all that is meant by the cadastral surveying. Any other?
Okay, thank you.
All right.